Hello, in this video we would be discussing about organizing. This is chapter number 5 of Business Studies +2 Commerce. In this video we would be discussing about the concept of organizing, the steps involved in the process of organizing, and the importance and significance of organizing. This is part 1 of the chapter Organizing Business Studies. Let us start with the concept of organizing. After the plans has been drawn, the second most important function of management is organizing. Means organizing is done after planning. First function of management is planning. As we have discussed in the previous planning lecture, plans are done by the organization. After planning, the second important function which is performed is organizing. The activities of an enterprise must be organized in such a manner that plans can be properly implemented or successfully implemented. If organizing is not done properly, plans cannot be implemented. So for the proper implementation of plan, organizing the activities of the enterprise is very important task. Organizing ensures that efforts are directed towards the attainment of goals in such a way that resources are properly used and people are able to work efficiently and effectively for the common purpose. In short, we can say that organizing is a means for translating plans into structure. So organizing is a means to translate plans into structure. Therefore, you can prove that statement that after plans, organizing is the function of management. Now, what is the proper definition of organizing? Organizing can be defined as a process that initiates implementation of plans by clarifying job and work relationship and effectively deploying resources for the attainment of organizational goals. It can be defined as a process. First of all, organizing is a process. It helps in the implementation of the plans. How it is helping in the implementation of the plans? By clarifying jobs and work relationship. What work has to be done, by whom it has to be done, how much work has to be done, to whom the workers are going to report, and using the resources in a better way so that the organization goals can be achieved. Now let us discuss the steps involved in the process of organizing. The process of organizing involves these 4 steps. Number 1 is identification and division of work. Number 2, departmentization or departmentalization, that is grouping of the work. Number 3 is the assignment of duties. And number 4 is the establishment of a reporting relationship. So the process of organization involves the 4 steps. Identification and division of work is the first step. Second step is departmentation and departmentalization, that is grouping of work. Then you have assignment of duties, and number 4 you have establishing a reporting relationship. We would be discussing these 4 points one by one. Now let us discuss the point number 1, that is identification and division of work. This identification and division of work is the first step in the organizing process, and the step is to identify and divide the total work which is to be done in according to the plans that we have framed. So this step is related to identification and division of work. It is related to the identification and division of work, and this must be done according to the plans that we have made. The work is divided into manageable small activities so that duplication of work can be reduced and the burden of the work can be shared among different employees. What is the advantage of identification and division of work? The first advantage is that according to plans it has to be done. Second advantage, duplication of work has to be reduced. And the third advantage, work will be shared among the employees. No employee will be overburdened. Let us take an example. In banks, the total work is divided into different employees. The division of work also helps in specialization. It means the worker becomes expert by doing different types of work, and the work is given to the worker as per its qualification, as per its capabilities. So division of work helps in achieving goals. The second step in the process of organizing is departmentation or departmentalization, that is grouping of work. After identification and division of work, the next step is to group the related or similar jobs. The same type of jobs must be grouped together. The same type of jobs must be grouped together under one department. With grouping of jobs or grouping of activities under one department is called departmentation or departmentalization. Grouping of work under one department. It helps in specialization. We can take an example. When the grouping of work is done on the basis of function. When the grouping of work is done on the basis of function, we can have purchase department to purchase goods, marketing department. Similarly, we can have finance department. That is on the basis of function. When the grouping of work is done on the basis of products, you can have appliances department, you can have clothes department, cosmetic department, automobile department. Different types of departments can be there on the basis of products. On the basis of territory, means on the basis of area, you can have the north department, you can have the south department, you can have the west department. Are you understanding? Is it clear now? Departmentation or departmentalization means grouping of work under similar activities. When the work is grouped in similar activities, it becomes departmentation and it helps in achieving. Let us take an example. Sales and advertisement activities may be grouped under the marketing department. Marketing department helps in sales. So advertisement is also used for the purpose of selling the products. So both these things, the advertisement as well as sales, it can be grouped under the marketing department. The activities are identified. After identifying the activities, departmentation is made, and this departmentation can be done on the various basis. It can be done on the basis of functions, it can be done on the basis of products, or it can be done on the basis of territories. Next is the assignment of duties. After grouping the work into various departments, now we have to define certain job positions. We have to allocate various employees. Therefore, each department is placed under the charge of an individual. Assignment of duties. Assignment of duties means giving of duties. These duties can be assigned only after departmentation. Duties should be assigned to the members of each department on the basis of skills and their knowledge and competencies. Means the duties which is given to the members of department must be according to their knowledge, must be according to their qualification, must be according to their skill. The work must be assigned to those who are best fitted to do that particular work. Assignment of duties means we have to give work to the workers according to departmentation. So work has to be assigned according to their best qualification, according to their capability, according to their skill. So assignment of work must be done so that the worker can do that work in a proper way. For example, purchase manager must be assigned duties related to the purchase of raw material. Now purchase manager, he is an expert in purchase. Purchase manager is an expert in purchase. So the work of purchasing must be given to the purchase manager. That is, work of purchasing the raw materials must be given to the purchase manager. If he is doing that work, he will be doing that work in a proper way because of its skill, knowledge, qualification and training that he has. The fourth step in the process of organizing is establishing reporting relationship. Establishing reporting relationship comes after assignment of duties. Each worker should know who he has to take orders from and whom he is accountable. Each worker working in an organization must have the knowledge to whom he is going to take the work and to whom he is going to report. This is called reporting relationship. It means there is a need to create a superior subordinate relationship. The subordinate takes works from the superior. At the same time, the subordinate also report his activities to the superior. So superior subordinate relationship must be created. Now the establishment of such relationship helps to create a hierarchical structure and it helps in coordination among different departments. For example, it may be laid down that employees involved in production, purchase and stores will take orders from one and be accountable to the production manager. All those workers who are working in production, purchase and storage, they will be taking orders from production managers and they will be reporting to the production manager. This is the establishment of reporting relationships. So the entire process of organizing stays that first we have to identify the work, then we have to divide the work into smaller parts. After division of the works, we have to group those similar activities under different heads, that is departmentization. Then according to departments, work has to be assigned and the work must be given to the best worker who can do that work, and after that a superior subordinate relationship has to be made so that the workers know whom he has to take orders from and whom he has to report. Now let us discuss the advantages of organizing, the importance of organizing, the significance of organizing or the need of organizing. Okay, what is the need for organizing? What is the importance of organizing? What is the advantages of organizing, benefits of organizing or the significance of organizing? How is organizing helpful? The first advantage or need or importance of organizing is the benefits of specialization. So organizing helps in the division of work, it helps in the identification of work, it helps of grouping of work. So in order to take the advantages of specialization, then organizing has to be done. Division of work reduces the workload and increases the productivity. And when the worker is performing the same type of work again and again, he becomes expert in doing that particular work. This will helps in reducing the wastage. At the same time, the specialization of the worker increases. As a result, we can take the advantage of that. The second advantage is clarity in working relationship. We know that organizing establishes a reporting relationship and it helps in creating a superior subordinate relationship. Each person knows his superior. Each person in the organization, person means the worker in an organization. Each worker in an organization, he knows from where to take the orders. So he also knows to whom to report. So the clarity in superior subordinate relationships helps in fixing responsibility, and specifications of the extent of authority to be exercised by an individuals. It means कि how much authority does an individual have, what is the authority the manager has, and the worker also comes to know whom he has to take orders from and to whom he has to report when the work is completed. The third advantage is the optimal utilization of resources. Optimal utilization of resources is that wise and judicious, the proper utilization of resources. Human beings, financial, materials, they are used in a proper way. All the resources related to the production. These resources can be a human resource, it can be financial resource, it can be material resource. All these resources are used in a proper way due to organizing. Because work is assigned as per the ability of the worker. And there is no duplication of work, there is no overlapping of works. And this helps in using the resources in a much better way. Now, because of the avoidance or duplication of work, it helps in preventing confusion, and it helps in minimizing the waste of resources and efforts. The efforts and resources is reduced because there is no duplication of work, and resources are used in a better way, in a much better way. Number 4, you have the adaptation to change. Now we know that organization works in a dynamic environment. Environment is not still. Environment is always changing. In business environment chapter you have done that. It is not still, it is changing. Always it is changing. So organizing helps the enterprise to adjust itself to the changing environment and modifying the organization structure in such a way that it can adapt easily to the changing environment. Organizing provides stability to the enterprise, and it helps in survival and growth of the organization, and any changes in the environment can be easily adopted by the organization. Fifth point is an effective administration. Organization provides a clear description of jobs and clarifies authority and responsibility relationship. Means that we have a clear description of jobs, which worker is going to do what type of job. At the same time, we also know the superior and subordinate relationships. So authority and responsibility relationship also exist here. It helps to avoid confusion and duplication of work. It is helping in clarifying the working relationship between the superior and the subordinate. So it brings administration better. It helps in effective administration because workers, they are disciplined, managers, they know their powers, what they have to do, and workers also know from where they have to take orders and whom to report. So there is better administration in the organization because of organizing. Next, sixth point is development of the personnel. Personnel here means workers. The workers, they are developed. The managers, they have got a chance to development. This development is because of the process of delegation. The process of delegation. A new word, delegation. Delegation means it is the sharing of power. When a manager gives his work to the subordinate, this is called delegation. We can define delegation as the downward transfer of authority from the superior to the subordinate. A manager, how capable he is unable to do all the work alone. So he has to give some work to the subordinate. This is called the delegation. Delegation allows the managers to reduce their workload by assigning all the routine jobs to the subordinate. It gives them time to concentrate on important issues, and they can explore new ideas by getting that time. Delegation also develops the subordinate by giving him the ability to deal effectively with challenges which he is going to face while doing that particular work. So it is helpful in development of personnel. Both the managers as well as the subordinate, they are benefited because of delegation. This is an important need or important benefit of organizing the development of the personnel. Then the expansion and growth. The firm expands, the firm grows because organizing allows a business enterprise to add more job positions, more departments on the basis of the product line also. It helps in the expansion and growth. The identification of work, when more and more work are identified, more and more job positions are created, more and more departments are created, and it helps the firm to expand and grow. New geographical territories means areas. New geographical areas can be added to the current area of operation, and this will help to increase the customers, it will help to increase sales, it will help to increase profit. Therefore, organizing helps in expansion and growth of the organizing.